What's going on, guys? JPB Duel here. Hope you guys are enjoying your Tuesday. And for today's matchup, we have an Adventures Pranks versus a branded Despia, with my opponent playing branded Despia going first. Now, before the gameplay begins, a little bit of a background about this deck list. This is not the standard deck list I use in my ranked matches. This was somewhat of a punishment slash an idea that I had way back that I wanted to build this deck list but could not get around to building it anytime soon. So one of my viewers gave me a punishment to play prank kids without any hand traps. So I decided why not just build this deck list right here, right now and play it. What this deck list is a go second prank kids deck list. Yes sir, you heard it right, it's a go second prank kids deck list where you do not run a single hand trap. No. Instead of hand traps, you run all board clear cards. So cards like Lightning Storm, Evenly Match, Dark Hole, Double Raigeki, any card you think that allows you to board clear your opponent, you run it, and even if you win coin toss, you elect to go second. You run triple Forbidden Droplet for board clears as well, your Twin Twisters to get rid of back rows, you run all of these tech. So let's get on with the replay for today. Now if you guys do want me to make a video about this deck list, let me know in the comment section below. I will make a video about this whole deck list. What are the pros and cons considering how you use your other Prankist deck list, which is a go first Prankist deck list, and if this is better or the go first is better. So moving on with the gameplay, the opponent activates Aluber, gets the fusion, he activates fusion, goes into his Lubellion, and he's going to be pitching the Aluber as well. So Aluber does help chain block the Lubellion. He gets the Ad Libitum Surge, he goes into Mirror Jade, pretty standard stuff. He activates Mirror Jade, pitches the Albion, banishes out the Aluber. At the end of his turn, Albion sets down Branded in red, and he's going to pass his turn over. Now, as you guys saw, he did activate the Mirror Jade. That means if I somehow take out the Branded in red, that means he will not be able to activate Mirror Jade again. But why would we do that? So first of all, what we do, I had a couple different options. Let's be honest. We could have Twin Twister, we could have Forbidden Droplet, we could have evenly matched our opponent, we could have done a bunch of things. So the first and foremost thing is I go into Lightning Storm to destroy my opponent's back row, essentially forcing him to activate the Branded in red or part with it completely. So he gets the Branded in red, he gets the Tragedy, he goes off into Quoritus. Now, do not ask me why. I do not know why he goes off into Quoritus. He could have gone into a Chimera, he could have gone into a Masquerade, but no. He decides to go into the Quoritus. Okay, I guess, okay, opponent's call. He activates Ad Libitum, gets the Mirror Jade back on the field. That's okay as well. We go into battle phase. We activate our Evenly Match, and then we activate our Forbidden Droplet as well, sending the Evenly Match to the graveyard. Now this Mirror Jade on the field is a freshly made Mirror Jade this turn through Ad Libitum, meaning that it can activate its effect of banishing a card from the field, banishing a monster on the field, excuse me, and we do not want that effect to go through. So instead of pitching another card from my hand, why not just pitch the Evenly Match out? So that way we could still get the negation on the Mirror Jade. So he chooses to activate Mirror Jade because we did not pitch a monster. We need the monster in our hand, so I'm not pitching a monster. I pitched out the trap card. So he could still activate spell and monster card effects. That is why the Mirror Jade is activating. He banishes Mirror Jade itself. So, I mean, we're forced to Forbidden Droplet the Quoritus. We're okay with it. I normal out my Roxy, start going into my combo. I am going to be banishing out the Twin Twister from my hand, Pandemonium being a really integral part for the Prankits combo, and I draw into a Dark Hole. Really good card, really good board clear. It kills your board as well, but going second, that card's insane. So we search for pranks, we pitch our plays, get dropsies, we tribute our doodle-doo, target 2 cards in our graveyard, add them to our hand. In this scenario, I already had Pandemonium plus pranks in hand, so I added plays into my hand. We activate plays, search for Roxy's, we pitch our fancies with our pranks, get a token, go into our second copy of Doodle-Doo, chain block our graveyard, and at the end we go into our Bow Wow. Get 500 burn, and we set down Pandemonium, end our turn. At that point we recycle 3 cards with pranks, draw into another copy of Dark Hole. So do you guys understand the whole concept of this deck? It is a go second deck list, but in this meta specifically, where it's a Flu, Eldritch, or let's say a branded Despia matchup that you go into, all you have to do is dark hole your opponent or clear out their back row, and you can do evenly match in battle phase, and then go into main phase 2, establish your whole combo. Because let's be honest, as a Prankets player, if you do not draw into Instant Fusion or Thunder Dragon Fusion, the chances of you being able to OTK your opponent that single turn itself on turn 2 is pretty low. You just want to set up your butler interruption for your opponent's turn and pass. You probably will not be able to push past their board anyways. So it's a really good tool for go second. So that's the reason why I'm doing it this way. The opponent activates the Albion, he adds the branded opening to his hand. Now the reason for adding the branded opening is that he knows I'm going to go into my butler. That's a guarantee. So as long as he pitches the branded opening in the graveyard, he could protect his fusion monsters once from destruction by banishing out the branded opening. That was the whole play the opponent was going for. So we activate our Bow Bark, we target 2 cards in the graveyard, add them to our hand, 2 names for our Butler combo. So at this point we have Butler combo in our hand. So when I say in our hand, I mean if this guy goes into Mirror Jade and Mirror Jade tries to banish the Fansies, we would not care about it. We would be extremely okay with that because we have all cards required for the Butler combo in our hand. So branded opening puts the Aluber will search him for another branded fusion. Keep in mind, branded fusion number 2. He went through first branded fusion already. So he puts the branded instead in the back row, activates branded fusion, goes into Lubellion. Lubellion is going to pitch Tragedy. He's going to get the recycle off, sure, goes into Mirror Jade as well. Then goes into battle phase, trying to end his main phase. At this point, we have to go into our Butler. So we do go into our Butler, put our Butler face-up defense. Now, since we know he has the branded opening in the graveyard, we know for a fact that he will be able to prevent the pop from going through at least once. Now, when I saw the Necro World Banshee in the graveyard, I was wondering if this guy was playing Zombie World Eldritch, but apparently he was not. He was playing Blue Eyes branded Despia. So you guys will see in a minute once we're done with the whole thing. So we have to use our Butler pop twice anyways, because the branded opening resolves on the resolution, so 2 Butler pops are incoming anyways. So this Mirror Jade banish does not mean anything to us. He can banish 1 monster that we will put up on the field from the specials in the graveyard, but that's okay with us. His whole field gets popped anyways. He activates Mirror Jade, to which we chainlink our Butler's first pop, we banish Meow Moo, and I'm going to be activating Butler once again. As I told you guys, he has branded opening in the graveyard. You have to keep track of the branded opening. So it would prevent the destruction of the fusion monsters once. So there it is, he activates it, and the second Butler pop pops his whole field. Mirror Jade resolves. There are no monsters in the field on my side, so Mirror Jade does absolutely nothing. It fizzles out. Then we get our graveyard activations. We put our named Prankets monsters on the field. Obviously, we are going to be putting 2 copies of Dropsies on the field. The opponent already committed his normal summon. Sorry, he has his normal summon, but I don't think he will be able to do much. Quiritis will activate from the graveyard. He's going to be putting the Fallen of Albaz on the field. He goes into battle phase, kills off one of my Dropsies. I'm okay with that. The Mirror Jade activating from the graveyard does not affect us because our Bow Bark pop dip went through, meaning our Prankets monster cards on the field are immune to destruction through card effects. So we do not care about the Mirror Jade, even though it was a freshly made Mirror Jade through Lubellion, not through Ad Libitum. So the branded in red, he searches for branded fusion with the Albion. Mirror Jade effect again fizzles out. We don't care about it. I top deck a Raigeki. So first of all, I go into my Doodle-Doo using the 2 cards I had on the field. We activate their graveyard effects, and we chain block with our Prankets place. Then I will activate my Doodle-Doo's effect at the end. Sorry, I could not activate it because I already had all the cards, all the spell cards I need through Doodle-Doo search in rotation or in the graveyard. So there was no Doodle-Doo activation. So we banish out 1 copy of Darkhold, draw into a Lamses, and then we go into Underworld Goddess. The reason for going into Underworld Goddess is because I wanted to take away his Fallen of Albaz off of the field. And Goddess does prevent the resurrection from the graveyard. which is pretty important against branded Despia players. Then I normal out my Lampsies from my hand, whack for 4.5k, and we proceed to end our turn. At the end, we activate Pranks, recycle 3 cards, and we're going to be drawing into another card which turns out to be evenly matched. Okay, if the opponent manages to clear up my whole field, that means evenly matched is online. And what do you know? Lo and behold, he draws into a Lightning Storm, pops my spell cards. That means as long as he pops these 2 cards, I can evenly match my opponent again, which is pretty insane. So branded in red, he adds the Fallen of Albaz back to his hand. He gets the Fallen of Albaz, branded fusions into a copy of Albion. Now, keep in mind this is his 3rd branded fusion. He already has 2 branded fusions in the graveyard. He already activated them twice. At this point, he pitches a Blue Eyes White Dragon to the graveyard. This is when me and my chat realized this guy is playing a Blue Eyes branded Despia. This guy is down and out. Like, he has managed to recycle, but we're still in the game. As a Prankets player, this is usually not possible if you're ever up against, like, this grind game will never be possible if you play on a regular Prankets deck. His Go Second version allows you even more grind into your opponent. So he goes into the Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, which is their, OTK card, if you guys want to call it that. He activates the Foolish Burial. He pitches a White Stone in the graveyard as well to get into another Blue Eyes. He kills off both my cards, whacks me in the face for 2.5k with the Albion, and I decide not to activate the Evenly Match. Now, I will give you guys the reason why. It's because he still had 1 card in his hand, and I did not know if he would set that card down. Also, he had activations from the graveyard. So you guys see right there, he set down Branded in red, and with the White Stone, he puts the Jet Dragon on the field as well. So I knew he had graveyard activations. That's why I did not evenly match my opponent at the end of his battle phase. What I wanted to do was evenly match my opponent on my turn. So right away, we go into battle phase. We know he has no Omni negates, no Spell Trap negates, and instantly evenly match the opponent. Now, if this guy had any sort of brain cells or IQ, given this guy is playing branded Despia, he would have kept the Jet on the field. Jet can keep coming back on the field if I do destroy cards. So if he had any sort of IQ, he would have kept this card on the field. But look at what he does. Evenly match. On the chain, he activates a Call by the Grave on my Dropsies. He activates Branded in red. Literally just see yellow, activate yellow on the activation of my Evenly match. Now, this Branded in red is not that useless. It lets him add back a Fawn of Albaz to his hand for his next turn, which I'm okay with, I guess. And there it is. Every single card gone, face down. 5 separate cards gone. Again, as I told you guys, if this guy had any brain cells, he would have kept the Jet on the field because of his recurring effect, but no. He chose to keep the 3.4k attack monster on the field. I'm okay with that. So we just Dark Hold the opponent, we pop the Blue Eyes Tyrant, set down Cross Out, end our turn. I'm thinking he only has Fallen of Albaz in his hand. He already went through 3 branded fusions. He has how many? 2 or 3 Albions already. He went through as well. 1 got banished. Let's see what he does. He Harpies, Feathers, Dusters me, so I don't even bother activating the Cross Out. We let it go. He passes his turn. Fallen of Albaz without the monster would not do anything. So he's down to 2.5k, we're at 6.2k. Draw into a Raigeki. Okay, I'm just going to pass my turn. I'm not even going to bother setting down my fancies. I'm saying, if you have the way, try to kill me. He draws into Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn, the Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade whacked before 3k, he passes his turn over again. So, we're okay with that as well. We do have board clears. So at this point, first of all, we're going to Dark Hold the opponent, and then we are going to be Thunder Dragon fusioning into our Butler. This was an extremely OP top deck. I would run more of these cards, but I mean, I am running a 40 cards deck list, so you can run more of Thunder Dragon fusions. You could even run 2 copies of Butler. It does come up in a Go Second prank kit, so you guys can experiment with that. So a Thunder Dragon fusion, and since the Mirror Jade was not summoned properly, it does not kill my monsters on the field at the end of the turn. And with this, we just whack for 3k, and we end the game. that's it for today's gameplay, guys. If you guys do enjoy this kind of videos, please consider hitting the like button, subbing to my channel for more daily prank and video uploads, and if you guys are interested in the live version of all of this, I do live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/jpbduel. Link along with my schedule and a link to my Discord will be in the video description itself for you guys to check out. This is JPBduel signing out for today. I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace!